Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and we've got another Majorette Collection Series video for you. The first series that hit the US was awesome, and I did a video on it, and it performed really well. I think people were pretty excited about these. And now we actually got Series 2. And the interesting thing is the first set of 6 of these basically came and went very, very quickly. They were on the shelves at Target, and then they disappeared. And I ranted and raved about the price. I was like, wow, this is really cool. Ranted. I didn't rant. I mean, I guess, whatever. The price was really cool. I'm like, it's $699. $699 for these premium cars. I thought that was a very good value. And now we got the second set of 6, where we got 3 new toolings and 3 recolors from the first set. If you haven't seen the first set video, you should check it out on my channel. It is there. Majorette Collection, brand new cars that hit Target. I think it was just a month ago, maybe. And now we already got the second series, which is fantastic. If you're not familiar with these are Majorette, but they're all brand new toolings that are 1/64 scale, have a metal chassis, rubber tires, and they come in a plastic acrylic case, and they're carded. Pretty much everything you'd want in a packaging, situation, plus the detail, good price, just a kind of a fantastic set and series altogether. So I'm a big fan of it already. I don't care that we get recolors right away. That's totally fine with me. This came in yellow the first time. The NSX came in red, and the Camaro came in blue the first time around. So, I don't know. I picked these up, and I actually ordered these from a hobby dealer because I didn't want to bother trying to find them in store. Knowing that after I found the first set of these in store, actually with the help of a friend, and then not being able to really ever see them again, other than maybe like 1 or 2 of the castings, I was like, well, I definitely want to make sure that I get these and don't have to like hunt around for them. So we decided to go ahead and just order them off the internet, because I was like, well, I don't want to wait to try to find them. And then lo and behold, I did find a couple of these in store at Target. So if you're lucky right now, you may find a couple in store at Target, but I'd never found a full set at Target. So just my experience, your experience, of course, may vary. We're going to go in kind of reverse order of what the back of the packaging says. That'll start us with the 3 recolors. The other interesting thing about this that I realized from the first set, so we got a 55, a 65, a 75, an 85, a 95, and a 2005. That's what that's supposed to be. So it's kind of cool that it's like they go by decades. So that's kind of interesting. Someone pointed that out in the first video, and the first set went like that as well. So we'll start with the 2005 Chevrolet Corvette C6R. And we'll go ahead. These are screwed down to a base with 1 Phillips head screw. So we'll go ahead and remove said screw and check out these castings. I really like these. I'm telling you straight up, I do. And so this is going to be definitely a biased review today, because I already know that I'm a big fan. So these have a metal base, as stated. They are screwed together, rubber tires, metal body, inserted details for headlights, all around deco, of course. They roll. I know that's important to some of you. Now, some of them don't roll like crazy. You're not going to win any downhill races with these cars. Definitely not. But the other cool thing is they got suspension, which is a Majorette thing. I mean, Majorettes generally have like that bounce, which is great. I love that feature. Talk about it every time that we see it. I'm always like, I really enjoy having suspension as an added feature to these little cars. To me, it's cooler than even like an opening part or an opening hood. But that's just me. You, again, your experience may differ. We do not get like brake discs or anything in here on these. So it's just an open hold wheel. It sort of has the illusion of it, but it's not there. They're not there. I don't think they're there in any way, shape, or form, no. But very neat. This one's very premium feeling. It looks good. It feels good. It's got a decent weight to it, being all metal. The interiors are very detailed from a molding perspective. They really don't have much detail in there, like decoration or anything or printing. But at the $699 price point, it's like, what more could you really add and still make these, you know, a profitable endeavor for the company that creates them? By the way, these are also, they're majorettes, but they're imported by Jada Toys, which I think are under the same umbrella of companies or whatever. This is the acrylic case. The acrylic case is pretty nice too, and to include that with the packaging is really good. The acrylic case is actually pretty nice. It doesn't feel super cheap. It feels pretty decent. It's protected by plastic wholly in the packaging, so you shouldn't get any weird scratches or anything like that. I would say definitely the other brand that comes to mind that's sold domestically would be M2, that comes in an acrylic case. And I would say that this acrylic case is definitely a step above their product. So, and that's my opinion. Your opinion may differ, and of course you are welcome to that opinion. All right, we're going to set that car there and then move on to the 1995 Honda NSX-R GT right here. And this one in yellow. The first version of this we got was in red, which I'm guessing is going to be kind of a hard one to find now. I don't know. Maybe that first set is still available online. Maybe they made it in more limited production because they were testing the waters with these. I'm not really sure, but time will tell at how easily found these are. And like I said, I did find a couple, but I never found a full set in the store. So, and I don't think I found any of this NSX in the store, so this is definitely going to be a popular one. And I don't know the case quantities. I know that there's an uneven distribution of cars in the cases because these are a set of 6, but I think the cases only come in, and that's going to play actually in a part of why I can't find a full set, but I think the cases might actually come in 10, so you're not going to see all of the cars duplicated in each case. So you will have that to struggle with if you're trying to collect a full set. So here's your NSX, and again, metal body, metal base, rubber tires. It rolls. I mean, not great, but it rolls. You got the side mirrors. You got the inserted details for headlights. You got an inserted detail for the taillight section. Looks pretty decent. Looks good. Nice, you can actually see that taillight now. In the red one, it's not as obvious. You know, silver-tipped exhaust, which is cool. Again, it's got the suspension, which is neat, and screwed together. So customizers, if you dare to, I mean, you could take these things apart. You could wheel swap them very easily, customize them probably pretty easily. All that stuff, because there are screws at the bottom that are holding this together, which makes it easily customizable. You do not need to drill the casting to get it apart. So you could do all sorts of fun stuff with it that way. Overall, very, very cool. Somewhat durable as well, as I just dropped that straight on the mirror, and the mirror did not break off, so that's good news. Pretty darn cool there. So let me know what you think. The axle on this one, though, I will say... Oh, there we go. I just snapped it. It was like stuck. You just hear that click. Now it's in there properly. Okay, and it rolls better now too. But again, it's got the suspension. Very, very, very cool. I think the top of this whole thing is plastic, yeah. The rest of it's metal. But digging that. I think it looks great in yellow, actually better than the red one. And then this Camaro is now in red, was in blue. I think I prefer the blue one, actually. I took really cool pictures of the blue one. Put it on my Instagram, so you can check that out. Championdjk on Instagram. But let's check out the Camaro. This casting's pretty nice. 1985 Camaro in red, in a red gloss. The other one was almost like an anodized looking blue. I'll unscrew the base here. Just set that over here for now. Rolls, again, Not fantastically well, but it does roll. Paint looks great. Nice and smooth. You know, again, the metal base, metal body, rubber tires, got the suspension. Nicely detailed plastic mirrors that are fairly well body matched to color-wise, but they do look plastic, you can tell. And inserted detail again for headlights. Pretty good detail up there in front. Inserted detail for the taillight section as well. Just red back there. They're not like color blocked out. But again, $6.99 is something we need to keep in mind when we're looking at these. These things are $7 in the US. Anyway, I don't know what they cost in other countries. When you're comparing that to other premium diecast, you're talking about like Car Culture Hot Wheels. These are actually less expensive than Car Culture. Some may argue they're less collectible, maybe because of the branding, because they're not Hot Wheels. I could give a rip about that. So it's why I really, really like these. I care about the quality more than anything. And, you know, you compare it to like Johnny Lightning. There's Auto World that's kind of in the price range. M2. You know, you got a lot more options, and always more options are welcome. You know, I love Round 2 stuff. I'm a big fan of those guys. Premium Matchbox is a little bit under this price point. But you have a lot of options out there, so, and there's not, you know, for a diecast collector, not crazy person like me, and probably you watching this, it's like, I don't, you can put out as many cars as you want. I'm going to pick up the cool ones, and I think this set is really cool, so. Just kind of a cool philosophy. I like that they're 1/64 scale, it looks like, and that they're actually true to 1/64 scale, and I think that that's definitely an added benefit as well. I didn't measure any of them, so if they're not, they're not. But look at how tiny this guy is. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Porsche. Porsche 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder. Let's check this one out. So looking at them all, I would say this one looks maybe the cheapest looking one out of all of them. I think the casting's cool, and it's tiny. That's cool because that's scale accurate, right? It's a tiny car. It's a tiny little Porsche. I think the thing I didn't like so much about this, looking at the packaging, is the actual wheels. I wish they had like some black wash in the wheel to make it have a little bit more definition. That's interesting. It's got a red post. It's a little weird. These other ones were black. This one's red. I don't know what red indicates, but that is interesting. But yeah, so the wheel here, you know, it could use a little bit more definition to it, to that plastic molding, to make it look more like the wheel right here. So like some sort of black wash or something like that would improve that. But again, $6.99. We need to keep that in mind when we're talking about these little toolings. So there's the red interior. Maybe that's why that's red. I think all the other ones of these have black interiors, and that post thing is black. So I guess maybe it's made from the same plastic component. I don't know. I don't know. Manufacturing process, something. This is in a metallic silver. Again, metal body, metal base. This one may not have the suspension. Does it have the suspension? This one does not. So no suspension in this one, and I'm sure that is due to the size of the vehicle. It is still screwed together, so you still have that same type of construction. It still has a metal base, a metal body, fairly detailed interior, but like I said, no graphic on the interior. You do get painted little tiny taillights. Some detail in the little grill back there. Pretty good looking textured inserted headlights. Very, very tiny. Let's see if we can get a good look at that. Tiny Porsche logo. Very hard to read there up that close with that metallic paint job. Little side mirrors, a little plastic piece, a little gray plastic piece. So it's cool. I just don't think it's as cool as some of these other castings. Definitely neat though, and a welcome addition to the little collection here. And I do think it's still, you know, for a $699 value, I think it's still very good. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments, of course, down below, of the set as whole, and like which one's your favorite, all that jazz. But we're gonna go ahead and set that up there. Another new casting we got, and definitely an exciting one, is a 1965 Ford GT40 Mark1. And this is pretty neat. Now, the GT40 has been done by a few brands. You got Auto World's done the GT40. You know, Matchbox has done a GT40. There's GT40 options out there, so it's not like this car was, you know, something totally brand new. But, you know, really neither is the NSX, neither is the Corvette, neither is the Camaro. You know, neither is any of these. I think at least one diecast company's done them. The 550 Spyder is kind of a unique one, I think, but at least I can't think of a brand off the top of my head that's done it. I would guess probably Kyosho, if anybody. But here's your 1965 Ford GT40 Mark1 in a San Francisco 49er color scheme, is what it looks like almost. Let's go ahead and unscrew that from the base. As far as I know, there are no chases in this lineup or anything like that. And that's another thing in diecast that I really don't care much about, except for my Ultra Reds, of course, from Auto World. But that is another kind of feature that really it doesn't affect me much. Detail-wise, looks pretty good. Again, the wheels, I mean, the wheels are good, but they would benefit from looking a little bit more realistic. And I think that's going to be a general consensus with all these. Now, they are prototypical. It's just they tend to be one color plastic. And that's okay. Like, it's okay, especially at this price point. But I'm just saying, you know, if we're honest, like little things that you could improve, that would be one of them. But again, that would probably significantly increase the cost of manufacture for these. So I totally understand the decision. It's always a give and take. But at least they're prototypical wheels. At least they're not generic, right? They're not throwing generic wheels on every single casting, which is great. Each car's got its own tooled wheel that is, you know, semi-accurate to the actual car model. Now, this livery, I don't know that this is a real GT40 livery. I don't remember ever seeing one in this color with the 25 on it, and I think that means 2025. Not real sure. But the casting does feel good. It does seem to be proportioned pretty much correct. Not 100% certain. The back tires are big old steamrollers. The front tires seem a little bit wide too. So that may be something that's not scale accurate. Or likely is something that's not scale accurate. I have an Auto World like somewhat close to me. I'm not going to go grab it though. But Auto World, I'm guessing, is probably very much closer to being scale accurate. But this is not a bad addition to the collection though, either way. And oddly enough, this one was easy to find on the pegs. Excuse me. And I thought for sure the GT40 would be a tough one to get. But of course the NSX, right? And you think any Porsche would sell, but I don't think people care too much about this particular model Porsche like they do like a 911 or something like that. There was a Porsche 911 in the last set, and I'm guessing that sold very well. I never found that one on the pegs at all. Mainly in the last one, I found the Chevy Bel Air and the Mustang, I think, on the pegs. Those were the two. And the Camaro, actually, were pretty easy to find. But they're gone now. And then, but the other models in that set were pretty difficult to find, including the Corvette, oddly. But yeah, so here's this. It's pretty awesome. I'm digging it. I think it looks really good. And again, for the price point, I don't know that these really can be beat by much. All right, next is the 1975 BMW 3.0 CSL. So definitely a welcome model to the Majorette collection. So I 100% think this one's a good one, or a good decision to make this car. I'm excited to see what else is going to come from them, and the pace at which these are coming out is pretty much is neck break. So if they continue to release things at a regular basis, I think they really need to do it. Some would argue you don't want to oversaturate too fast, but I think in their case, right out the gate here, like having a very solid, steady release schedule and keeping the releases somewhat limited is going to be beneficial to their longevity in the US diecast market, right? Think about Hot Wheels, right? Limited releases, but very frequent releases. And when I say limited, it means they're out for a limited time, right? Not that they make a very extremely limited amount, because we know they produce Hot Wheels very much in mass, but we're talking about out for a limited time, like a case code for Hot Wheels, right? They're out. You can find this car in a particular case code. Once that case code's gone and been distributed, it's pretty much gone. And unless they decide to somehow really re-release it. But for mainline cars, they really don't ever do that. And, you know, then they're gone. So you got to get it while it's hot. These are hopefully going to be kind of the same deal. I think that's what's really going to keep them popular. Or work on gaining their popularity. I think that that, and of course, you know, continued good casting selection is the other thing that can really make or break a new brand, right? So casting selection, if they keep that. The wheels have kind of fallen off. The tires were falling off of this, the rims on this one. I'm going to push those back on real quick. It seems to be fairly scale accurate tires actually on this one. They're not big, thick ones. This thing rolls. Just got to get this thing to sit on the rim properly. And let's get a tire machine. Anyway, I'll play with that off camera. These two are giving me fits. I wonder if they're actually on backwards. I just can't get it to sit on that lip. There we go. That one's better. This one, whatever. I'll mess with it later. It does roll, though. I got the one tire on perfectly. That front one I got to work on. So, looks like we do get an insert of detail up front for the headlights. It's kind of hard to see because they're kind of like blacked out, but they are separate pieces. Insert in light, you can see the light actually shine through. There you go, kind of on that one. The detail on the back, oh yeah, you got color block lights on the back. Look at that, that looks great. That looks pretty good. Space for a license plate there with holes that looks like a license plate could have went there. So that's kind of interesting, an interesting detail. I wonder if this is going to come out in another color or something and have a plate there. I'm not really sure what's going on back there. I'm not like super familiar with this car in real life, so it's not like I can comment on it too much. The spoiler is a plastic piece that has been color matched with the body. Well, it's white, but you can definitely tell it's plastic because of the different gloss level. So there is that. The little side mirror, the one little side mirror is chrome, separate piece. It's got wipers molded into the windshield, but they're not painted. But again, anytime I, say something about a lack of detail, we need to circle back to the fact that these are retailing for $6.99. If you do buy them from a hobby dealer, it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive. And I did pay a little bit more for these, but then subsequently found a couple of the models for $6.99. So that price at Target, I believe, is still valid. Honestly, I'm still just messing with this tire. Honestly, I think, it's got the suspension. Honestly, I think the value on these could be slightly higher, though. I think customizers, again, could have a lot of fun with these. The castings are quality. And, I mean, like, this thing dropped, I think, would look pretty cool. So, anyway, lots of stuff to do. The acrylic case is great. Overall, just very impressed, very happy with this new offering to us U.S. diecast collectors to be able to get these majorettes. I'm just really glad that they're here and they came here. Like, not that we're not spoiled enough, but there's a very much a level of diecast that's really cool that sometimes we don't really get easily here in the U.S. And I think a lot of it has something to do with like some complexities with licensing, some stuff like that. I'm sure have something to do with it, but I mean, like in some other Asian countries, for example, there's a lot more premium stuff you can have access to. I think a little bit easier, but you know, so I'm always welcome for new stuff here to come, you know, stores in the U.S. where you can actually walk down, or, you know, drive down, whatever you do. Go to your local Target or Walmart or something like that and pick up something cool like this. So that's my opinion. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.